Nutrition and cardiovascular disease. How what you eat can lead to chronic cardiovascular disease. What are chronic diseases? Chronic diseases are a slow progression of a disease which requires lifelong medical attention and intervention before the disease progresses any further. Some examples of chronic diseases can include diabetes, cancer, heart disease, asthma, and arthritis. So how can our diet contribute to the development of chronic diseases? First stop, cholesterol. How can cholesterol cause atherosclerosis or plaque buildup in arterial walls? So there is high-density lipoprotein, the good cholesterol, and low-density lipoprotein, the bad cholesterol. The good cholesterol recycles the cholesterol in the body back to the liver, which can be increased by exercise. The bad cholesterol is transported to the arteries by LDL. The kinds of foods that increase LDL in the diet are pizza, red meats, butter, trans fats, baked goods, and fried foods, which are all bad for your diet. Atherosclerosis, plaque buildup, is caused when the poor foods in your diet increase LDL levels. These LDLs travel into arteries and will deposit an original foam, which will then turn into a plaque. This only can be removed by HDL, which recycles the cholesterol. This plaque buildup will lead to the narrowing of artery walls, which leads to various chronic diseases over time, such as coronary artery disease, kidney disease, and even a stroke or aneurysm. Second stop, fats and lipids. Omega-3 and omega-6 are your polyunsaturated fats. These are essential fats, meaning that we need to add them to our diet because our body does not produce it. A 4-to-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 needs to be maintained, otherwise it can lead to chronic diseases. Most Americans get plenty of omega-6, but not enough omega-3s. Some food examples that are rich in omega-6 are soybeans, corn, sunflower, and safflower oils. You can find omega-3s in wildly caught salmon. How do they function? It starts when there is an overconsumption of omega-6, and is consumed as linoleic acid and is turned into arachidonic acid in the body. It then releases a signal to recruit white blood cells and releases pro-inflammatory molecules and free radicals. It will then attack the pathogen and damage tissue. If this process does not stop, omega-3s will come in and turn off the inflammation but not combat the free radicals. This is a continuous process, but if there is too much omega-6 and inflammation, it leads to oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is the imbalance between free radicals and antioxidants in your body. If it is imbalanced, it will ultimately lead to chronic diseases. To prevent your body from oxidative stress, your body needs antioxidants, such as fresh fruits with vitamin C, to neutralize free radicals. Some chronic disease risks include heart attacks, obesity, and cancer. Cardiovascular diseases such as myocardial infarction and heart failure have been associated with the overproduction of oxidative stress. Omega-6 increases cell multiplication, which increases in fat cell number, leading to obesity. It also increases the cancer cell number, which leads to cancer progression. Third stop, protein glycation. How protein and glucose are glued together. Protein glycation is the process of sugar attaching to proteins in the body, destroying the body's function. With protein glycation, advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, are produced due to oxidation of proteins and are irreversible. The rapid formation of AGEs leaves an individual at risk of the development of diabetes mellitus, chronic inflammation, and kidney failure. If protein glycation is not properly managed, it can cause heart failure. Some foods to avoid that are high on AGEs are processed meats, fried foods, and sugary foods. Fourth stop, vitamin C deficiency. In vitamin C could lead to a disease called scurvy, most prevalent in regions that have endemic malnutrition. Symptoms from scurvy can include fragile skin and blood vessels, hemorrhaging, and reduced wound healing. Deficiency in vitamin C could also lead to high blood pressure, heart disease, and stroke. The best sources to obtain vitamin C to avoid having a deficiency are fruits and vegetables, such as citrus fruits, strawberries, broccoli, tomatoes, peppers, and kiwi. Fifth stop, sodium. How can salt lead to chronic diseases? Sodium is essential for the diet, But there are sneaky sources of sodium that will skyrocket sodium intake, including processed meats, fast foods, white bread, and canned goods. Ways to control the amount of sodium in your diet would mainly come from home cooking. Sodium is needed in the diet, especially through fruits and vegetables, in order to balance electrolytes and fluids in the body. Salt sensitivity is important to note because people with salt sensitivity will have a sudden spike in their blood pressure when eating high volumes of salt. But why does this happen? Salt sensitivity occurs if people have decreased kidney function, which is crucial for the excretion and absorption of essential sodium/electrolytes in the diet. Excess sodium in the bloodstream takes in more water to your blood vessels, increasing the volume of the blood inside them. When more blood is flowing in your body, blood pressure increases. This can injure the blood vessel. This can lead to an increase in the buildup of sticky plaque that can block blood flow and eventually lead to heart attack. How can we help slow the progression of nutrition-based chronic disease? It is recommended to consume omega-3 through wild-caught salmon at least twice a week, because it contains EPA. Limiting processed food intake will lower sodium levels. Cooking at home can decrease sodium levels because you are aware of the amount you are consuming. You can also manage your blood pressure by going to your routine physician visits. Exercising regularly, such as high-intensity interval training like running and jogging, can increase HDL, which can lower cholesterol in the arteries.